Hi there, Cosmic Family. My name is Jehleali. In this incarnation, we officially started the new astrological year because the sun entered in the degree zero of Aries. So the hours of darkness and light, they are recalibrating, and here in the south hemisphere we begin the autumn and spring in the north hemisphere. And as I've been mentioning these days, this degree zero of Aries, it is a key point for the 2025 and 2026 because there is where officially Saturn and Neptune are going to perfect their conjunction and their definite entrance in Aries. I am saying officially because this year they are going to be practically in the same degree, but we are going to see a test of this energy because both of them are going to return to Pisces at the end of the year, where they are going to concretize important endings that they are going to impact us individually and collectively. So Venus and Mercury are both retrograde in Aries, but the fact that we are transiting an eclipse, it is taking us to assuming new opportunities and taking initiatives. And for other people, sorry, it is more about trusting in the process, to transcend impatience of the things that could be, in this stagnation. So Aries right now, it is calling us to integrate the masculine energy that we all possess, to self-affirm in a healthy way, and also observing if there are things that we could be expressing in imbalance or not expressing. I mean, aggressiveness could be going out of the limits or not being channeled, being repressed. A healthy example of aggressiveness, it is if a person in a conversation is not respecting our boundaries and our space. It is like warning, I'm not going to sustain this conversation, or going away without explanation. In extreme cases, this is about if this is about life or death, it is about the own defense. But also, a less extreme example could be giving a first step with something that we want to create, that we want to initiate, moving our body, our physical body, imposing us to improve by also committing mistakes, making mistakes. Like a baby, it is falling and rises again when he's learning to walk. That is how the beginnings are with the Aries energy, because the falls or the fallings help us to do things better. But it is also about provoking that energy of self-improvement. It is also important to discern between self-improvement and competence and excessive ambition, or the focus on our own desire of doing, accomplishing, or winning something that many times are producing a deviation of the purest intentions that were originally being born, or that are turning in selfishness. I mean, this lack of consideration for the environment or other people. So as this is the sign that initiates the zodiacal wheel, this is the representation of the Big Bang, that derives in the creation. In Kabbalah, it is called the Zimzum. It is also the creation of the words. But it is also the baby going through the birth canal to incarnate in the world in a new identity, through which it expresses the divine unity, through which the infinite energy is experimenting itself. So the identity is part of a great symphony, and it came here to express their own note. So the entrance of Neptune in Aries represents, not in these days, but in the next years, the dissolution, the transcendence, and the forgiveness too, with everything with which we have made identity, and that brought us to this point. But certainly, there are layers of our ego that we cannot keep sustaining. Roles and labels that for experiences of life we assumed or we believed too, but they are a barrier for the genuine revelations of the soul. So if there are people right now experimenting like chaos, confusion, discomfort, it is just only to find a new direction that can be aligned with the higher purpose that each one of us came here to incarnate in these particular times, the end of the times and the beginning of new ones. So asking ourselves, questioning ourselves, and allowing the doubt, it is part of the process. It is part of the path, but not to be in an stagnation in that place, but to encourage ourselves to explore other directions and ways of living our passage through here that is limited. So the reality is that when the seeker is genuinely going to the light through which, in which, or from which comes, even if the seeker goes through deviations, he or she always has the opportunity of returning to herself or himself. So I am ending this video here. Thank you, everyone, and see you in the next one. Ciao, ciao.